They say imitation is the highest form of flattery. But I say, when it comes to preparing for my next of kin, I want the proven original, the Knockbox. With more than 400,000 satisfied customers, the Knockbox is a complete system that will help you organize everything in your life, from your accounts to your spare keys to your estate plans. With the Knockbox, your loved ones won't have to search through drawers or struggle to access online accounts during an already difficult time. Each folder inside of your Knockbox includes a checklist that tells you what to add to the folder and tells your next of kin what to do with the information. You can't get more comprehensive than a Knockbox, so don't settle for a knockoff. No. Get the gold standard in organizational systems and make life easier for your next of kin. Go to theknockbox.com and use code TCAT today to save 16% on the Knockbox of your choosing. That's the knockbox.com, code TCATT at checkout to save 16%. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 479 of the True Crime All the Time podcast. I'm Mike Ferguson, and with me, as always, is my partner in true crime, Mike Gibson. Gibby, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about you, man?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Having a good week. We just talked about it on our Patreon video. My youngest is turning 21.
Yeah.
So that's making me feel a little old.
Well, you're looking a little old.
Yeah. That's fair. I'm not going to argue with you about that. All right, buddy. Are you ready to get into this episode of True Crime All the Time?
I am ready.
We're talking about Angela Montgomery. And this is a case that, it's fascinating, but it might be known to a few people. This is a fairly well-publicized case, and there have been some cases like this. But, we start out talking about Gabrielle Rogers, a Georgia mother. She was shot by a woman she met in a Facebook mom group.
Yeah.
Who then kidnapped her newborn twins. But she survived. Gabrielle did, and she was able to get help. But then you have this big search, right, for the suspect. The problem was that the person she met online was using a fake name.
So not the same person legally.
That she knew.
Yeah.
That she thought she was dealing with. In the spring of 2021, 23-year-old Gabrielle Rogers had recently given birth to twin boys named Lorenzo and Mateo. Gabrielle and the twins lived in Savannah, Georgia with her sister, Jasmine. You ever been to Savannah?
Not for a long time, but yeah.
Yeah, I love Savannah.
Yeah.
I actually love that movie, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, which is kind of all about Savannah and the eccentricities of some of the people there.
Does that have that, John
Cusack
in it?
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah. Is that where your other favorite movie, Hope Floats, gets from?
No, I do not like Hope Floats. We'll never, ever watch it again. Can never get back those 2 hours of my life when my wife made me watch that. Lorenzo and Mateo were only 6 weeks old when they were abducted. Gabrielle wanted to connect with other new moms, so she joined a local Facebook group, and she soon connected with a woman named Kathleen Daniels. The two women messaged each other and even met up in person on at least one occasion.
There's a lot of those Facebook mom groups.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a Facebook group for just about everything.
That's true.
Right? Local and national, international.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't find what you're looking for on Facebook or find a group who, is talking about something you want to talk about, I don't know where else you would find it.
True. I mean, I started that group for you. Fergie did it. It's out there.
And then I started that one for you, If Gibby Did It.
If Gibby did it.
On the morning of May 11, 2021, Kathleen showed up at Gabrielle's home with the promise of bringing over baby formula. And we talked about, this new mom group, right? Being a new mom, man, there's so much that goes into it.
There is.
So to have some other people maybe to ask questions or to rely on, that could be a really big thing, especially if you don't have a ton of family around,
That's
things
right.
like
if you
that.
don't have like somebody that been there before to ask.
Yeah.
Now at least you have this group of all these moms that can,
help you out.
help out and give you some advice.
Yeah, a little support system.
Yeah.
Gabrielle would recall that after Kathleen arrived around 10:20 a.m., she became upset over a missing cell phone. She shot Gabrielle 3 times, once in the head, chest, and leg. She then kidnapped Gabrielle's twins and fled the area.
Wow. That's a nightmare right there.
Well, it is. It's a very scary story, right? Number one, it is kind of the danger of, meeting people online. Is there any way to really know who these people are, especially if you're connecting in person?
Yeah.
I think that's the danger with that.
It's just kind of sad, though, when you think about it, because we put a lot of, or we used to, I think it's thinned out somewhat, but we used to put so much trust into people that we met online. You just assume that they're being truthful to you. They're being honest and
I don't think I ever did
really?
that.
I did.
No.
Yeah, and then you find
That's
out.
why you've been catfished 20-some different times.
It's probably true.
I never put that much faith into anybody that I met online.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing you haven't.
Oh, that's how you ended up sending all that money to the prince. And I mean, you've just been fleeced out of all kinds of money over different things. But, just like you said, a very scary situation.
It is.
A new mom with her twins thinks she's meeting a new friend.
Right.
We'll call her to get some baby formula. Next thing you know, she shot 3 times, and this woman is taking off with her young twins.
Took my babies.
So Gabrielle was in severe pain. She was bleeding heavily, which is going to happen when you're shot 3 times. And, let's face it, head and chest. Okay, that's pretty brutal. Now, getting shot in the leg is no walk in the park.
No, not at all.
You could die from just being shot in the leg if it hit, an artery or something like that. So she's going through all this, but she was able to get out of the house and drag herself to a neighbor's home across the street. Gabrielle collapsed on the front porch and asked the neighbor to call 911. So I don't know if maybe that is part of mom strength. You hear these stories about moms who, in the heat of the moment, are able to lift a car off of a child.
Sure.
This woman is very badly injured. I can imagine the main thing, though, going through her mind is, I got to get help for my children.
Yeah, you wonder if she didn't have kids, would she have that same strength to get to the neighbor's house?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Doorbell camera footage captured her saying, "She took my kids and shot me. I think I'm dying." Medics arrived pretty quickly as Gabrielle was lying on the ground, receiving treatment from first responders. She said, "Her name is Kathleen Daniels. She took my kids." So, first of all, you have this fact that she's still alive.
Right.
Which is, a miracle for her. And then also, how helpful is it for her to be able to still relay information to, the authorities?
I'm sure the police are like, this is great. We have a name. We know what she's done. We'll take it from here.
Yeah, we'll track her down and we'll get these kids back. Jasmine told the police she was aware of Kathleen Daniels. She knew Gabrielle met her on a Facebook mom group, and she believed that, like Gabrielle, Kathleen was a new mom of twins. And I think, this kind of goes to the catfishing part, right? If you are going to be on a Facebook group called New Moms, well, then you have to portray yourself as a new mom.
Exactly. That's the whole purpose behind the book. The Facebook group.
Book? Is there a book being written now at this point? Gabrielle continued answering questions as she was being transported to the hospital. She believed that Kathleen was a nurse at Memorial Hospital, and she even said that she thought she possibly worked on the 5th floor or in the emergency room.
That's some good memory.
It is, but if the name's not real,
Yeah.
as we know it's going to turn out not to be, is any of the other details that this woman has given her real? Jasmine remained back at the crime scene, assisting officers and trying to get camera footage of the suspect. Jasmine explained that she had gone out to get breakfast, and when she returned, she was looking for Gabrielle and saw blood on the floor. The front door was open. At 10:22 a.m., the neighbor yelled for her to come over, and she discovered what happened to her sister. So you and I talk a lot about, a person finding a family member deceased and how brutal that would be. And this is a little different situation because, she's coming home. She sees blood.
Yeah.
I'm assuming a large amount of blood. You got to start freaking out at that point. But her sister is still alive. She's just gravely injured. Still can't be an easy situation.
No, it can't be. Just thinking of it in my head right now, how scary of a situation that would be.
Like if you were in that position.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that too. I try to put myself in the position of some of these individuals. What are they going through? What would it have been like? It's always scary.
And then where's my nieces, nephews?
Yeah.
Nephews, where are they?
Right. Because that's got to be the immediate, kind of second thought.
Yeah.
Right. My sister's fighting for her life, but where's her kids?
Yes.
Her very young kids. Officers canvassed the neighborhood, but no one had any video footage. Some people had heard gunshots, but no one saw the shooting or witnessed a suspicious vehicle in the area. And, I was kind of surprised by this because we're talking about 2021.
Right.
And we don't have any surveillance footage, not even a doorbell camera. That's shocking.
It is shocking.
Because of how many people have those nowadays.
I mean, when I drive around the town I live in, it looks like almost everybody has one of those doorbells.
Well, and my assumption is that the purchase of those doorbells went up significantly once people figured out that you were moving into the neighborhood.
Probably.
It seems only logical.
There's a possibility.
Security systems, Ring doorbells, full-blown 12-camera security outfits.
I know they got an extra police vehicle and a patrol person in there too. So
they passed the levy
for that.
to hire an extra policeman. So, yeah, I was kind of shocked by that. So police checked Gabrielle's home security panel, which contained all the camera recordings. An Uber Eats driver made a delivery at 9:57 a.m. Gabrielle opened the door to get the food and appeared unharmed. She didn't seem as though she was in distress at that time.
So all good at that time.
Yeah. Kathleen Daniels didn't show up on the front door camera, which indicated that she had to have come in from the back door. Jasmine told the police that they did use the back door regularly. So, going back to footage, it didn't seem as though neighbors captured anything, but obviously Gabrielle and Jasmine had a system to capture video. And I don't know about the back door. Most people, I would think, don't use that as regularly as they do their front door.
So see, I use my back door all the time.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm over.
Do you realize how that just came out?
Yeah, I just thought about that as it was coming out. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. As it was coming out.
Yep.
All right.
But I do have a camera that is on my back door.
And that would make sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense because most people, I don't think, do.
No.
They if they're going to do a Ring doorbell, it's going to be on the front door where packages get dropped off. Most people are going to ring the doorbell. But if you're someone that is going to use the back often, I would think you'd want
something
something similar on that as well.
Yeah, I like to know if anyone's approaching my back door.
Yeah, I think that's just sound advice for everyone.
Yeah.
I think. You know, my wife and I have had a Thrive Market membership for quite a while now, and we have no plans to give it up. There's a lot to love about Thrive Market, but a couple of things we really love is the convenience of getting items delivered and being able to filter by dietary preference for the entire family. Thrive Market is a membership-based grocery service where you can shop from wherever you are. Simply just hop on their app. The membership breaks down to just $5 a month, and it gives members access to weekly sales, personalized shopping with filters, auto ship and save, free gifts, and peace of mind, knowing there's no junk in any of the products they carry. Instead of paying fees on every grocery delivery order, you pay once for the year and benefit from it every time you shop. And the membership gives me access to brands and flavors I never see in my local store. And I don't have to worry about perusing labels because Thrive Market's already done that for me. And for less than the price of one latte, I get all of this. Ready to make healthy swaps and become a member? Join Thrive Market with our link, thrivemarket.com/TCATT for 30% off your first order, plus a free $60 gift. A detective interviewed Gabrielle's sister and uncle, who had arrived at the scene. Her uncle speculated that Kathleen was after the twins. And again, that's speculation, but I understand where it comes from.
Yeah, I don't know if you had to put a whole lot of thought into that.
No.
Knowing that the twins are gone.
Yeah. She took the twins.
Yeah.
So shooting Gabrielle seems to be part of a plan to get the twins. Gabrielle's cell phone had been stolen, but the FBI traced it to a nearby neighborhood a couple of blocks away, where it was found in the grass. Gabrielle was able to speak to detectives before she underwent emergency surgery. And once again, she identified her shooter as her friend, Kathleen Daniels.
As the person she knew.
Yeah. I mean, what else would she say? She knew this person. She obviously was there, witnessed this person shooting her.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, Gabrielle believed that Kathleen worked at Memorial Hospital. And that was the same hospital that Gabrielle was brought to. Gabrielle also confirmed she had pictures of Kathleen on her phone, but she couldn't find them when she looked, which suggested the possibility they had been deleted. And go ahead.
I was thinking, how pissed are you at this moment that you trusted somebody, allowed them into your world?
Yeah.
You know, and allowed them to be around your babies.
Well, obviously, I mean, she's also fighting for her life. So I don't know how much of that comes right then and there and how much of it is going to come later. But going back to this whole cell phone thing.
Yeah.
I kind of wondered why the cell phone would have been taken from the scene and then, left somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, who doesn't know in 2021 that cell phones can be tracked?
Right.
So you're not going to take it with you and keep it. That would be idiotic. But if you knew that this person had pictures of you on that phone, does it seem logical that this person took Gabrielle's phone somewhere along her escape route, deleted the pictures, and then maybe threw it out of the car or something like that?
Yeah, just more cleanup, cover-up stuff.
Yeah. Detectives went to the 5th floor where the suspect reportedly worked, but couldn't find her. So they're looking for her, obviously, at this hospital.
Yeah. Based on the stories that she told.
Gabrielle said that she thought she possibly worked on the 5th floor. Back at the house, Gabrielle's sister, Jasmine, revealed an important detail. Kathleen had been to their home before, which meant they had security footage of her. Kathleen came over for a picnic in the park with Gabrielle and the twins and brought her son.
Okay, so that's some promising news.
Yeah, because there's no images of her on the cell phone. They already figured that out. She wasn't captured that day on surveillance video, likely for good reason. She knew where the cameras were.
Yeah.
And she went around to the back to kind of circumvent them. But she probably wasn't thinking about that, in an earlier trip and was caught on surveillance video. Although it was grainy, detectives now had a photo of both Kathleen and her vehicle.
That's great.
It's a lot to go on, right?
Yeah.
We talk about cases so often where police have so very little to work with. And it seemed as though that was going to be the case here.
Right.
We have what we know is a fake name. And at least in the beginning, no video surveillance of this person. Okay, that is going to be tough to work with, I think, if you're an investigator. But, once you get not only a picture of her, but a picture of her vehicle, you really got some stuff to work with.
Yeah, absolutely.
The photo was distributed to all officers, and a hospital administrator came down to make an identification. She didn't recognize the woman in the photo.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Me neither.
If you're going to go on Facebook and try to catfish someone and you're using a fake name, are you really then going to be honest about where you work, what you do? No, you're going to make all of it up.
Right.
Is my way of thinking. Now, I don't catfish a lot of people, but if I were going to, that's the kind of the route that I would go.
Interesting.
Yeah. You don't want to give away any of your catfishing secrets, or?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Besides, I work at a hospital as well.
just checking.
Yeah.
A few miles from the crime scene, officers pulled over a car matching the description of Kathleen's vehicle after the driver rolled past a stop sign. And authorities did learn that Kathleen Daniels worked at the hospital. The problem was she didn't match the description.
A different Kathleen Daniels. Or a Kathleen Daniels, but it wasn't
the person in the photo.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of interesting in and of itself. This woman didn't make it up entirely.
Yeah.
She actually went to the length of finding someone who did work at the hospital and assuming that person's name.
I mean, it's not a bad thing it is a bad thing to do. I'm thinking as the criminal, what you're trying to do is, cover your bases a little bit, right? If someone would happen to check and call, I don't know, is this person need to tell me the truth? What? Oh, there is a cat. Oh, she does work there.
She does work there.
Yeah.
So, I think from that standpoint, obviously this is a horrible thing to do, but when you're talking about, dumb criminals or smart criminals or aspects of what they do, okay, she went a little above and beyond in trying to make sure that her fake identity was a little more passable. I guess I would put it that way. So they pulled over this car, and inside was a man and a woman. They explained that they had just left the courthouse after applying for a marriage license. They were cleared of any involvement and released.
Okay.
Number one, a lot of people are pulled over for rolling a stop sign.
Yes, I know.
And unfortunately, I do that a lot.
Me too.
And a lot of people do. If you're at a four-way, let's say there's a four-way right up the road from my house here, obviously I can see there's nobody at the other three locations.
You're good.
Number one, you're supposed to stop behind the line or behind the sign, complete stop, and then move forward. How many of us actually do that, right? Half of us make the turn and stop, peeking behind, just past the sign. But what I would say is if you've done something criminal, man, you should be on your P's and Q's, right? As far as driving.
Don't give them any reason to pull you over.
Yeah. Now, these people weren't involved, but not fun, I'm sure, to be questioned as a possible shooter and kidnapper.
No, it's not fun.
3 hours into the search, a detective recognized the woman in the photo. From a prior arrest, she was identified as 23-year-old Angela Montgomery. And it's pretty interesting on its own.
Yeah, to recall that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because you figure detectives, police officers, they have so many interactions with people, right? Day in and day out. So to be able to recognize the person and figure out who it was, it's pretty remarkable, actually.
And it wasn't like it was a crystal clear photo either. So
No, it was grainy.
Yeah.
Before Gabrielle went in for her second surgery, investigators asked her to confirm the identification through a photo lineup. So, I mean, that's tough. I mean, she literally is still in the middle of kind of battling for her life. She's in between surgeries, but no doubt they want to, not waste any time, because let's not forget in this whole thing, there's two very young children.
Yeah.
Who are missing.
That need their mom.
Yeah, absolutely. Gabrielle tapped on the second photo in the lineup, which was Angela, and she identified the woman as Kathleen. 4 hours into the search, the Savannah SWAT team went to Angela Montgomery's address in Rincon, Georgia, about 20 miles away. The team breached the house and recovered the twins, who were thankfully unharmed. Angela was found hiding in a closet. Also found in the closet was the .40 caliber pistol used in the shooting.
Wow.
As she was being walked out of the house, Angela said, "My mom didn't know. She didn't know." But she also claimed, "I didn't do anything." So what was it that your mom didn't know about?
Yeah. I mean, your mom didn't have any questions about these two babies?
Well, I'm assuming she had hidden them
Babies, yeah.
maybe from her mom. But, just look at the scene, right? She's hiding in a closet. She has the twins, and she has this .40 caliber pistol that was later determined to be used in the shooting. Okay, at that point, it's kind of hard to claim that you didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Now, I get it. Most people don't want to admit to any wrongdoing, but it does become tough. Angela's mother was temporarily detained for questioning. She said she was under the impression that the babies were Angela's and that they were born that very day. Like she just came home from the hospital after delivering these twins.
Okay. I mean, most daughters that give birth call their mom and say, "Hey."
Yeah, most of them have them in the room, or at the very least,
Yeah.
they're at the hospital with them. Angela's mother told the police, "This is crazy." And I think if you are her, the situation is crazy.
Sure it is.
Police, not just police, a SWAT team is breaking into your home and they're arresting your daughter. They're taking these twins. And I think at this point, you're finding out that, hey, these are not my daughters.
Right.
Officers made a disturbing discovery inside the home. They found a calendar with the word twins written on May 8th, 3 days before the kidnapping. Angela was read her rights and agreed to talk. She maintained that she was unaware a crime was committed and took possession of the babies from her alleged twin sister.
Wow. So she's going to continue fabricating something.
Yeah. And, I think there are people like that. She had built up this fake persona.
Yeah.
She had gone into this Facebook group. She had befriended Gabrielle. Was this in some way, Gibbs, like a fantasy world to her? And is she still living in it? Or is she just trying to, throw the cops off and deflect? I don't know. A detective first asked Angela, "What happened today?" Angela replied, "A lot, apparently, to be very frank."
Okay.
First of all, you said that nothing bad happened. You didn't do anything, but now you're saying, Well, apparently a lot happened because the SWAT team just invaded my house and something's going on.
Why is she bringing Frank into this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Frank's always getting pulled into things.
Surely. So she was asked to kind of start from the beginning. And she said, okay, I'm going to be honest. And that's always a kind of an interesting start to any interrogation.
It always makes me a little nervous when someone says, okay, I'm going to be honest, or okay, I'm going to tell you the truth.
Now.
Yeah.
Because I've been lying to you this whole time.
Yeah.
She said, you can look up my birth records. I'm adopted and I have a sister. We're twins. Her name is Destiny. What happened this morning, I swear on everything I love. I got a call. You can check my phone if you have it. It was from Destiny telling me, can you meet me at the hospital? And when I met Destiny, the first time I ever saw those kids this morning, I didn't know at the time what happened. And I said, what do you want me to do? Put them in my white sedan. And I drove to my house where they found me. When I got to my house, my phone starts going off. It's an Amber Alert. And I saw it was for 2 6-week-old babies. So first of all, there's a couple of things here, right?
Right.
This is a pretty wild story.
It is.
But let's face it, up to this point, everything that she has said and done has been, pretty wild, to be honest. But I also want to go back to the mom, and I don't want to disparage her at all, but I think most mothers would be able to tell the difference between babies born that very day and 6-week-old babies.
I would hope.
I'm just putting that out there. But again, I don't want to disparage her mom. I don't know for sure. Maybe she didn't get a great look at them. I don't know.
But is she setting the stage to say that she's got a twin sister, that her twin sister took these babies and not her? You got the wrong person.
Right. Shot Gabrielle. Well, let's break it down. If there is surveillance footage, which she probably at that point knew,
right?
You have to explain that, right? We talk about this in many episodes. How does a person explain all of the things that are being thrown, kind of against them as being incriminating? First of all, we got you on video. So boom, twin sister.
Yeah.
Right. She looks just like me. She was at the hospital. She called me to come get these twins. I took them. And here we are.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. A thoughtfully built wardrobe comes down to pieces that mix well and last. That's where Quince shines. Premium fabrics, considered design, and everyday essentials that feel effortless to wear and dependable, even as the seasons change. My wife absolutely adores their lightweight cashmere sweaters. I'm more of a flow knit performance type of guy. But they have everything I need. Lightweight joggers, shorts, tops. But they also have coats, European jersey linen. Quince works directly with top factories and cuts out the middlemen. You're not paying for brand markup or fancy retail stores, just quality clothing. And they only partner with factories that meet rigorous standards for craftsmanship and ethical production. Right now, go to quince.com/TCAT for free shipping and 365-day returns. That's a full year to build your wardrobe and love it. And you will. Now available in Canada too. Don't keep settling for clothes that don't last. Go to QUINCE.com/TCATT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/TCAT. Angela continued, the reason why this is so devastating to me is because I feel like I'm going to be in trouble for something that I didn't do. And that would be devastating. The problem is you are lying your ass off.
Yeah. And you're just trying to cover here.
Yeah.
By saying, oh, this will be terrible if you guys think I did this.
But that's what people do.
Yeah.
And to me, it's one of the more interesting parts of a case. Once someone is caught, how do they try to kind of wriggle out of all the things that, they're up against? Now, the twin sister, that's a pretty good on the fly comment.
It is. She's got a good imagination.
Yeah. Now, it's also very daytime soap opera-y.
Yeah.
There's always a evil twin sister who comes back from the dead.
Yeah.
I never watched soaps, but my wife used to.
Yeah.
And some of the storylines on there, man, I was like, this woman's been dead 4 times, and somehow they keep bringing her back.
You had a Young and Restless shirt that you used to wear to the office all the time.
Never. Now, she also acknowledged that it was her fault. She said, I shouldn't have allowed it to get this far. But I also didn't think that my sister would be bold enough to take nobody's kids.
Okay. Well,
so she's sticking with the twin sister thing.
She's doubling down. She was asked to give more information about her alleged twin destiny. She said they were fraternal twins who were separated from each other. They didn't meet until they were 12 years old, which, let's be honest, does happen. We've all heard of cases where people were separated, sometimes twins. Yeah.
And they later meet up or they find each other. Now, did it happen here? It would be the most coincidental type of meetup story /
Sure would be.
cover, right, in the history. According to, go ahead.
I mean, to be fair, I have a twin, Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Mitch for a long time, but if something terrible happens, it will be because Mitch did it.
It's probably Mitch, right?
Mitch did it.
Who did it?
Yeah.
According to Angela, she said, ever since we've met, my life has been hell. Anytime I moved, I give her like a year and she'd show up, but she'd just pop up, want something or need something. Usually I just give her money and she's good. When she showed up this time in Georgia, I didn't want to close her off. Like I thought it was just going to be bad. And here we are at bad. Now, people do have siblings. They have friends who, tend to pop up when they need something. They don't want to see you out of the goodness of their heart, right? They want something from you.
I mean, she is good at telling a story.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I go back to, was she living in kind of this fantasy world that she had created, or is she just coming up with stuff on the fly to get out from under this very, very serious charge?
Yeah.
Angela insisted that if the police could find Destiny, she would admit to taking the babies. And this is kind of a, to me, an interesting part of the story, because at no point is she talking about Gabrielle being shot.
No.
It's just about taking the babies. She hasn't even brought that up or addressed it at all at this point. Investigators had serious doubts about Angela's story. These doubts were strengthened when they received a call from one of Angela's former coworkers during her interview. The coworker's statement confirmed Angela was a liar. You ever known a liar?
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever known someone who just lied about things that literally didn't mean anything?
Like, why are you lying about that?
Right. It like the smallest things.
Yeah.
I've known people like that, and I never understood it. Now, if it was something that you did at work, you didn't want to get in trouble for, okay. I'm not saying it's right. It would make more sense, though.
Right.
But some of these people I've known, they would lie about what they had for lunch, and nobody cares what they had for lunch.
Why are you lying? No value here to lie.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. But this coworker is interesting, right? She calls in. She also said, I personally didn't trust her a whole lot. Questionable things that she talked about that she had done in the past and who she was, and just inconsistencies in stories. And that's, let's face it, how a lot of people are caught in lies.
True.
You've said it many times, right? If you're going to go down that path of starting to tell lie after lie, well, how good are you going to be in remembering the lies? Because the truth is easy to remember. It happened the way it happened.
Yeah.
But when you start crafting these very elaborate stories, well, then it becomes much tougher to kind of keep everything straight.
Yeah. Easy to get yourself tripped up.
Yeah. And I think that's what this coworker is saying. I can just imagine maybe they're sitting around the lunch table and you hear so many stories over time that they start to conflict each other.
Yeah.
Or you hear the same story twice, but it has completely different facts, right? Or just major inconsistencies. Angela once claimed she was a first responder at Ground Zero on 9/11. We said it, right? She was 23 years old at the time she was arrested.
Right.
Meaning she would have been about 2 years old when the September 11th attacks occurred. Obviously, if you're looking at it from that standpoint, there's no possible way that story could be true.
No.
So why would you say that when it's so easily, seen through?
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you do your homework a little bit better if that's what you're going to use that as a point in time?
Yeah. Unless she just thought people didn't know how old she was. She looked older than what she was. I don't know. However, she told the story multiple times to different people, causing her coworker to question everything about her. And that's what always happens to these types of individuals. Once you are kind of outed as this fibber,
yeah,
then, people don't want to really take anything that you say from that point forward on face value, because how can you?
Yeah, I mean, your credibility's shot.
Yeah, absolutely. A background check also refuted Angela's claims. There was no evidence of her having a twin sister. Meanwhile, Gabrielle Rogers was out of surgery and in a more stable condition. An officer talked to her and remarked that her ability to run outside for help and describe what happened to her despite being in shock and pain was remarkable.
It sounds remarkable.
And we talked about it, earlier on. It does seem like, again, I don't know if that's mom strength, because we do hear about that sometimes. Gabrielle replied, "I'm just glad my boys are safe. I just wanted to make sure they were okay."
She did good.
She did. She was able to give a more detailed statement. Gabrielle didn't see Angela take the boys out of the nursery or leave the house. She described exactly how the attack occurred, though, saying, "She came behind me with a charger cord, a phone charger cord. She wrapped it around my throat and was trying to choke me with it. She kept saying, 'I'm taking the boys. I'm taking the boys.'" And I was like, "What? No, you're not. You aren't taking my kids." And I guess that's when she pulled the gun out and I heard a pop. And then I remember falling onto the neighbor's doorstep and I was just trying to get help. So again, we said it, but how scary a situation this had to have been for Gabrielle. It sounds like she was trying to choke her.
Sounds like it to me.
But then maybe realized, hey, that's not going to work, because we've talked about this in other episodes. I do think people, as it appears in movies, it's not quite as easy to choke a person.
No, it's not.
as the movies make it appear. First of all, someone's not just going to sit there and let you choke them. And so to me, it might have been that she was going to go that route, but realized that wasn't going to work. And that's when she pulled out the gun and shot Gabrielle. Angela was denied bond and a mental evaluation was recommended. An officer testified at the hearing that Angela was found in her home with the gun used to shoot Gabrielle. The court also heard her strange statements about her fake twin sister. So, to me, not surprising that the court would order a mental evaluation. It does seem like there's a distinct possibility that there could be some mental health issues at play here.
Right.
This officer talking about the fact that she's found with the gun. I mean, do you, after you shoot someone, take the gun home with you?
Typically.
I mean, I would think most killers, if they're using their noggin,
right.
which we don't want them to, we want
No.
them to do dumb stuff and get caught. But if they were being smart about it, they would throw it in a lake or throw it somewhere where it can't be found. Or
Yeah, I mean, typically I would break the pistol down.
Sure.
And throw the pieces away in different parts of the...
Like in Godfather 2, and you jump across the buildings and just dump them in chimneys.
Yeah, exactly.
That you find.
Exactly.
I feel like you've done it. You're very, very detailed in your story about how to get rid of this gun.
You just got to make sure, you don't leave a puzzle that can be solved.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you don't leave a puzzle that can be solved is you have to get rid of pieces of the puzzle.
Okay. I like that analogy.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're working a puzzle,
right,
and somebody steals 4 or 5 pieces, you're never going to be able to completely finish it out.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. In 2021, Angela was indicted on 2 counts of kidnapping and 1 count of aggravated assault. On November 7, 2023, Angela pleaded guilty, but mentally ill, to 4 charges: attempted murder, aggravated assault, and 2 counts of kidnapping. A gun charge was dropped. She was sentenced to 30 years in prison and a lifetime of probation.
Okay. I mean, I think that's probably a good sentence for her.
Yeah. I mean, you and I have problems with sentencing sometimes. I'm not upset about 30 years and lifetime probation.
Yeah.
30 years is a long time.
It is.
Now, you did try to murder someone.
Yeah.
But you didn't. That person didn't die. So obviously it's a different charge. You did kidnap 2 kids, but I'm fine with 30 years. I'm not outraged like I am sometimes when a rapist gets 2 years.
Yeah.
We get upset about that.
We do.
Most of that happened in the 60s, 70s, whatever.
Early on.
Angela alleged she was previously pregnant with twins and miscarried early in her pregnancy, which provided a potential motive for kidnapping Gabrielle's twins. Gabrielle was reunited with her twins after multiple surgeries. So, as we wrap this one up, Gibbs, obviously it's a horrifying story, but unlike many of the TCAT episodes that we do, no one died.
No.
And, so Gabrielle lives. She was reunited with her children. It was said that she was adjusting to life as a new mom of twins when she kind of sought out this Facebook community, right?
Right.
This Facebook moms group. Angela Montgomery, posing as Kathleen Daniels, took advantage of Kathleen's trust and plotted to kidnap her babies. Although she was viciously attacked and shot, Gabrielle bravely sought help and did everything she could to help police, leading to the safe recovery of her twins just 4 hours after they disappeared.
Very lucky, I think.
Well, lucky and brave and remarkable. I mean, there's a lot that goes into something like this, right? But to be able to recover them 4 hours later,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Truly.
But I don't think it happens at all without the camera footage from that earlier trip that Angela had made to the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because without that, I don't know what they have to go on.
They wouldn't have anything to go on, right? I mean, and I hate to say it sounds like she might have got away with it.
Well, she might have. Maybe Angela's mom or somebody else that knew her would have called in and said, hey, these are not her kids.
Yeah.
Maybe they would have seen the Amber Alert, but it's a shocking story. Unfortunately, there are a number like this where women have attacked, killed moms to get to babies. Yeah. Sometimes the babies aren't even born yet.
Yeah, we did one not too long ago.
Yeah, there's a couple of cases like that. But that's it for our episode on Angela Montgomery.
Yeah.
What else? You got anything else?
No, I hope you enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Not you, them.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too.
I can tell you enjoyed it.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Bye.